snap into a Slim Jim. Welcome to Scion Godsend. Not sponsored, nor do they have anything to do with godhood or divinity, I'm sure. I have no announcements, and by this point you know me. I'm your story guide, Gilbert Ramos. But some people you may not be familiar with, which understandably so, maybe you're just tuning in, are our heroes. So let's go ahead and do what we always do and meet them, shall we?
I wasn't ready. All right. Hi guys, Charles here. Just got done marinating steak, and let's see what we can do in Hades. With Hades, at Hades, in Hades, you know.
As things are running late, Gideon is not in costume today, but once more with feeling, into the underworld we go.
Hi, Gregor Wood here. I really hope that we're legally dead, because otherwise this is going to be one hell of an explanation needed.
I just want to hit the gift shop on the way out. That'd be nice.
So on the point of Slim Jims, they may not be of the gods necessarily, but there were some in Bucky's, so I think that's a sign of something.
Certainly a sign of something indeed. However, the nature of a beef stick's divinity notwithstanding, I see no reason to delay this any further. Let's begin today's episode of Scion Godsend. Gregor, if you would kindly the recap.
Yes, I would. So last episode we concluded some questions for good Gideon, and then our good friend Charles went to go talk to good old Uncle Bucky, and promised him devastation of an eyesore. We proceeded to continue our chat, inevitably having completely adopted that poor Jake guy from McDonald's into what I presume is Charles's followers now. Charles destroyed said McDonald's as our good son of Dionysus proceeded to prank the other son of Dionysus by setting up him to pay for a very large quantity of things and then simply vanishing. Then we proceeded to descend into the DEWITT, though Gideon was sure there was no way for us to do that at Bucky's. There was. Once at the DEWITT, two of our individuals went to go find Anubis, Shepherd of the Dead, and they proceeded to have a little photo shoot with him, as I received the soul of Phil. If I recall correctly, our other two individuals just kind of meandered around a bit, not really doing anything particularly of note that I'm aware of. Then we traveled from the DEWITT to Hades, despite being able to. We took the long way, the scenic route, if you would. Where last we met, we were getting on the ferry to Hades, heading into the Greek afterlife. Oh, also, some poor soul got destroyed because somebody didn't want to get paid, put in 50 cents worth of debt. You know.
Indeed, we join our heroes now on the ferryman's barge as they travel down the river Styx into the realm of Hades. Now, Hades itself has been expanding. The dead have always outnumbered the living. But in these times, expansion is necessary for souls to be comfortable, even if they may not deserve it. The River Styx remains the border of between Hades and other afterlives, other underworlds, and to some degree, the mortal coil. We join our heroes now on the ferryman's barge. You are along the River Styx. You have some time to yourselves, and or with the ferryman himself. There are several other souls with you, awaiting their Elysium.
So how's the book coming, Kyron?
stuck on chapter 3.
You were just starting chapter 3 last time. It's been several months. Are you doing the daily writing thing I recommended?
I attempt to, but it's difficult to find time between this pantheon and the Romans. And
Hmm.
then
Sorry
there
to hear
was
that.
the whole mix-up between the lesser known, maybe the Christians they call themselves.
Sorry to hear that.
It will be done one day. It's not as if I do not have time.
When you publish it, I'll buy a copy.
I won't.
It's quite kind. That is quite.
I'll buy
nice.
Charles a copy.
I'm not gonna read it.
We'll get it put on Audible.
I don't listen to audibles. It's like listening to a podcast.
Couldn't we just have Chim Chim interpret it to you in sign language? That could be entertaining.
I'm not gonna pay attention to that. I got shit to do.
While this conversation is going on, there, Gideon and MAJIN, you guys doing anything of note?
I am assuming my relatively contemplative and stoic brooding pose and just kind of looking out over the river.
Noted.
I'll interrupt that scene and ask about the chain link thing.
Pardon?
The ghost and chain link gauntlet thing, right? What was that about?
I required coins, and he was wishing to escape judgment, so I provided him with an exit.
Can he hear us, see us?
He's aware of us, I'm sure, in his own way. As are the others.
There's a lot of chain links here. It was like a whole gauntlet size of chain links. So I would every single one.
Are you asking if every link in the chain is a soul that attempted to escape judgment? The answer
I
is yes.
mean, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's cool.
Getting kind of looks perplexed. Yes, as my duties as jailer were very specific. There are those who would escape the underworld, and there are those who would escape imprisonment in Tartarus.
Okay. Well, that sounds pretty neat. You think you could? Is that something I can learn?
It's not really a gift as much as it is a burden. It's not
Okay.
something I can share with you, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right. I was just curious. That's all. Just curious.
What do you make of this Fujin matter?
I mean, I don't know. I guess he's a Titan, which are supposed to be bad, but I don't know. It didn't seem too bad. I don't know what Charles wants.
And Charles he seems to want to find his mother.
Yeah, but he say he just wants to talk. Maybe I'm over conversating or something, but I don't know. Simplest thing was just go in there and break her out, but yeah, there's a lot of different angles here.
It's my understanding that fate binding is a curious lot but I'm sure that phrase is no mystery to you at this point, considering your feelings about the matter.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. This whole fate thing. What if fate is guiding? Like to do like, like a Loki thing, you think I'm dead, but I'm not surprised.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter whether or not any of your plans, machinations, or even mine are playing into fate's web. All that means is that they would be engineering their own end, so to speak. In which case, the outcomes would be the same.
Feel like I'm on the verge of insanity.
Or clarity.
Damn, dude, that topic's really deep. Hey, Majin, will you hold my tail while I dive into the river Styx and pull me out so I can be like Achilles?
Oh, shit. Yeah, that what Achilles did do. Do you want me to hold you by your heel?
No, hold me by the tip of my tail, and then I'll just like tuck it into my pants.
The tip of your toe. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, your ankle should be fine. Your ankle, yeah, it should. There's space. There's gaps in there. It's not air sealed, right?
It's a
What are you
thin.
talking?
It realistically, as we previously described, way back in season 1, like episode 3, or 4. It was never meant to be an anklet. It was always meant to be the crown that Sun Wukong himself wore. Charles just bent this thin gold metal and shaped it into. Let me make this clear. It's not pretty. It is just bent around his ankle, and it's a destroyed crown. So yes, there is plenty of breathing space, and so long as you are not chanting, it does not tighten around his skin.
What
Or
does that have to
should
do with holding my tail?
So what you're saying is he should chant.
Oh,
Just tell me you're not
no.
going to do it.
Huh?
Just tell me you're not going to do it if you don't want to do it.
No, I was just making sure that because if it was airtight, then you would have had an Achilles heel eventually.
Something
Because-
to
No, it
consider.
was outside of the river Styx, right?
Well, so
Because that's where it's not holding.
Charles, if I may, understand that if you were to bathe in the river Styx and become invulnerable, that gentle location wouldn't just be a weakness, it would be certain doom for you. Certain.
What if? Hear me out. What if I kept my tail, like the tip of my tail in my mouth?
Certain.
Man, there's got to be. Do we have a rope? Maybe we could just tie a rope around.
You guys can see
What if we get anal beads?
the souls of the
Oh.
dead just watching this happen, looking confused, amused a bit, and then some of them are just like, who the fuck did these guys say they were? You can see Karen is kind of watching, just shakes his head and continues moving the barge down the river.
I'm going to ask him, what do you think?
Hold on. If we need a rope, I think I can actually help with that if we want to go forward like this.
Yeah, what if you guys just lower me in with a rope? All of me will be invulnerable, and then we just pull me out.
If this comes off, like this is like your first like step into like what your dad like. How many times
Yeah, if you could, like, not let the rope come off, that'd be pretty fucking dope.
You can see Karen pulls up the pole that he uses to guide the barge and sets it on the inside the ferry. Moves into the back where this little not a hut really, but this little enclosed space, almost like a little fabric tent. He heads inside there for a moment.
Oh, is he
All right.
okay?
The barge briefly kind of turns
Don't worry about it.
a little bit sideways, rocks the boat a little bit. The waters seem to sense the ferryman's absence as they kind of bombard left and right, rushing, making it a little bit more of a bumpy ride.
So, what if we tied you to the oar and then we just kind of dunk you in the water?
Hmm.
Wasn't the whole point of that myth that Achilles was a very special case?
Why?
You seem special.
I mean, we're
I-
all a little special.
I mean, yeah.
He was a very special case. Was he not a very special case for the River Styx? The only reason he was immortal was because he was special. It took its certain death otherwise, Charles.
I mean, we're all Scions, you know? Like,
Yes, you're assuming that you're going to survive submersion.
Charon returns with this strange, almost looks like a what is what you carry kings with? The little four handles. Palimpsest.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what it's called. Correct me in the chat.
are you sure you're not thinking of palindrome?
No, damn it. That was one of my first thoughts, but no. Good try. He comes out carrying this is almost like looking like palimpsest. Four handles on the other side, and then there's an empty space. Just there's no seat really. There is four looks like wires just running across that have sliders, almost like clamps. He hands it over to MAJIN and Charles, just like a little bit defeated, and he goes back over to his pole and begins to steer the barge again. The waters kind of subside just a bit, making things a bit more calm.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm.
It's a tool I had commissioned long ago because children of divinity regularly seek the novelty of that legend.
Hmm.
If you wish the gift of Styx, you should probably beseech her yourself.
Make no mistake, Hooded One. If he takes a dip inside a river, she will likely make herself known.
So I can jump in and talk to the river?
And kind of looks over toward the tool and looks over towards you.
Alright, hands are tied. I have to jump on this thing. I'm gonna hop on.
Do we have to stabilize this thing somehow, or how does this work?
It looks a little complex. It looks like you would need to lean over the edge, having two people hold both sides on the handles.
Okay.
Whatever body part is going to be used would need to be clamped in with the sliders and the wires, and then they would just be submerged and then lifted out.
Okay.
I can assure you no good will come of this. Proceed.
Oh, almost right.
Fantastic. I woke up today and it's time to make it everyone's problem. I'm gonna put the little clip on the base of my tail and come on, lower me in, guys.
All right. I'd like to try and make a duplicate of myself to kind of be the two people to hold this thing steady.
Understood. Using your neck, correct?
Correct.
Understood.
Let me see this thing.
It requires a roll, yeah?
It does indeed. It says make a max skill roll, and with any successes, make an exact copy of myself.
Understood. A knack skill roll. We have been kind of blurring the lines. A knack skill roll is a lot like just a skill roll. So you're gonna choose a skill, and I will choose the arena. You will choose the the attribute. Choose whatever skill you think would be necessary in the situation to create a duplicate in order to dip Charles in the river Styx.
Let me see. Well, I suppose since this one's more for a physical purpose, I could see something like stamina.
I believe, yes, the physical arena will be attributes. I can see stamina just fine. What is the skill you'd like to go with?
Let me see.
I could see survival. I could see athletics. I could see leadership.
I'll go ahead and try leadership with that.
Go ahead and make your roll. With any single success, you will be successful in your duplicate. And I feel the need to remind everyone, in Scion, if you roll a 10, it explodes. You'll roll it again. Something that I fear we may have forgotten.
That did happen this time, with 2 successes. So now there are 2 of me.
Excellent. Now there are 2 of you. Charles has secured his tail in this sort of like X cord and slider locking mechanism. Thalis, are you the only one that's taking part in this, helping him dip in to the river Styx?
Are you sure you want to do this, Charles? Like, I mean, it sounded like a cool idea, but now they kind of...
I can make another me if we need to.
You can make more than just one of yourself, like one additional of you.
Oh, I can make as many as I want of me, and each one of them can make one of them. It goes on.
So you're like twice.
I don't know what that
Or
is.
Nard. Yeah, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do this.
Do we need?
What was our goal here? Just to make
Walk
sure.
around and find out.
All right. Okay. Whatever. All right then.
Isn't that our usual goal? Like, isn't that what we normally do?
No, I don't even know why we're in this domain anyway.
Something to bear in mind, any promises made over or to Styx will be unbreakable forever.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
If he makes a deal, he has to hold up his end of the bargain.
Is the Styx a river goddess?
You're catching on.
Okay.
I continue looking out over the river.
Hold on.
I feel we may have lost Charles, and I don't feel it would be right to just dunk him in without his full awareness.
He said he's gonna tug when he's ready to get pulled up.
It feels a bit shitty to just dunk him. It feels a bit like having him to agree to something while he's intoxicated. While this is going on, Gregor, what are you up to? Gideon, same goes for you. Majin, are you helping with the dunking of Charles?
Yeah, he said that's what he wants. So,
There he goes.
There you go.
All right. In that case, can I try to make another duplicate so that way we've got 3 people?
My God.
You may of course do so.
1 success.
1 success. Excellent. Now there are
And
3
then there
of you.
were 3.
You guys see the barge just a little lower, and Karen kind of looks back, swiftly kind of turning his head. I'd like to say before you're dunked into the river Styx.
Do I need a snorkel or anything like that? Like,
Plumbed into the river, taking a last-minute, quick, deep breath. Charles, do you open your eyes?
yes.
The river Styx is uncommon in the sense that it is more than just a river. It is a border. It is a place that it's almost like a moat around Hades. Keeps the souls that wait on the shores, keeps them waiting. Some souls, though, get impatient. Some try to cross. Some believe themselves capable of swimming. You see these souls as you open your eyes onto the water. Now, it's not skulls and bones and discarded remains. You can see the souls drifting beneath the waves, under the current, and they all in unison look up to you, sensing a new inhabitant. You wave. They begin to drift, moving towards you, reaching out. You can see their eyes begin to sink further into their heads. Their cheeks become more gaunt as they reach up toward you.
Like Hercules when he was swimming for Meg?
If you wish for a Disney equivalent, yes. Is there anything you do, Charles?
No. No, nothing in particular. I guess whoever's closest
Dramatic pause.
Oh, wait, we gotta wait for the signal.
Up on top of the barge, you guys have dunked him in. Anything that you guys are up to in this moment?
I'm doing
Say what the signal was.
I'm doing the same thing I do every time I cross River Styx. I'm making the same promise I make every time I cross River Styx. I'm reminding Styx of what my plans are.
Let's have a moment for that, Gideon. What do you say exactly? If you would kindly take some narrative control.
I don't say it as much as I mean it. And I swear by the night sky and the ever-moving moon that upon retrieval of the adamant sickle, I will first sever the threads of fate binding that trio to this world. I will cut their tapestry to ribbons, and the spindle of threads held by Ananke, the mother of fates, destroyed and cast into the fires of Tartarus. As for Cronus, I will slit him open and splash around like a child in a muddy puddle. I will string a fiddle with his guts and make him play it while I dance. He will know that there are no such things as demons. There is only my kind. And if he's not wise enough to fear me as I should be feared, he will find his destiny at the end of my clenched fist.
Understood. I promise you've spoken many times, or rather willed into existence. Kindly go ahead and give me a I'm going to call this your cunning, and whatever you think you would need to notice something watching.
Me?
Please.
Sure. I'll call it empathy. Three successes.
3 successes. You see there is a woman along the shores. She's about shin deep in water. She wears a white gown, the Grecian style, sort of much akin to your own garb. It's traditional. Her hair is tied back. She's just watching you. There's a small smile. You see her take a step, and another, and another, before she is submerged by the river. Charles, these desperate souls have reached you. They are grabbing onto your clothing now.
Can I give one of them a high five?
You may attempt to do so. They grip onto your hand as you do this, sort of taking the high five and making it low, pulling you as they begin to try to climb up your body.
Oh, more of a handshake type. All right, I'll like shake their hand.
You do this. Majin, Thalis, Gregor, Gideon. You hear the water break as you see souls claw their way out, using Charles as a rope or a ladder, pulling on his tail, pulling on his legs and clothing as they begin to attempt to ascend onto the ferryman's barge. He looks over, gives a big sigh. Is there anything that you guys do?
I will turn to the first brave soul that is attempting to climb, and I will look them in their dead eyes, and I will say, "You forgot to pay." And then I will throw them aside.
You push them back over.
Just,
Yes, Thalis.
I'm sorry. Did we ever establish what the signal was to pull them out? Because this seems close to a signal.
This is just the beginning.
You guys, Gregor, Majin, are you guys doing anything with this?
They come near me, I'll just kind of kick them off. I imagine they're rather feeble.
Quite so.
Yeah, just boot on face. Off. Off.
Yeah, I'll help out with that.
Understood. Charles, beneath you, you can see it's a scrambling bit of ethereal bodies as they are now bombarding you. You can feel them pulling your weight. How long can you hold your breath, Charles?
How long can I hold my breath?
Mm-hmm.
About 95 seconds.
Excellent. Thalis, I need you to give me an athletics and strength, please.
Oh boy, strength.
Or might, I should say.
Oh, might. This should be interesting. One success.
One success.
Correct.
The weight of the souls, though they may be feeble, they do have some sort of substance. One of you slips. One of you not only just drops the device being used to hold up Charles, but one of you looks over as one of them goes over the barge and Gideon kicks this poor soul back into the sticks. You feel one grab onto your wrist that holds this device. You, in almost a reactionary, you release and begin to pull back, and you realize what you've done. You drop this device, you reach back for it, and they pull you in. One of your doubles.
Yep, time to get him out.
Charles,
That's
you see the water break as Thalis joins you in the water, dragged down by souls.
I'd like to try and use Raise the City on the water.
Oh no.
I will allow this. I will... Yeah.
I would like to call upon my legendary title, Voice of the Unbound.
Voice of the Unbound. Doing this at scale, then.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. So, you invoke your legendary title. Kindly detail to me, with this, how is this playing into this? What do you think the connection here is? The Voice of the Unbound to what you're doing now, using Raise the City on the spirits or the river itself.
Is that I am untethering myself from them. That I am untethering them from me and my own. That I'm unbinding our roles in this instance and just typically playing out.
Understood. So, let's see. Let's see how you do, shall we?
Yeah.
So, this is the first time that you've invoked your legendary title. And this is the first time we've done this on stream.
This is the first time I've invoked this legendary title. I invoked the other one whenever we were looking for Phil in the Army of the Undead.
Indeed. So, this will be you either invoking the calling or just performing a straight up feat of scale. You've already detailed that you're performing an action covered by one of your titles. Feat of scale. You may spend 1 legend to increase your scale by legend divided by 2, rounded up. Do you wish to do this? Spending legend can be tricky, especially in the re-earning category.
Hmm. Can I spend an awareness?
I will allow you to substitute an awareness. I will detail this to you. Spending awareness in regards to your legendary title will alter things a bit.
Okay.
So, you spend an awareness. You perform a feat of scale. This is just against trivial targets. These are souls. This is not but water for now. You use Raise the City. As well, do you wish to spend momentum to make this instantaneous?
Yes.
Then, you guys are at a pool of 4 now. As the start of the new scene granted you 1, we are back down to 4. Thalis, well, really everyone. You guys see Charles thrust his hand out, gripping onto the liquid, and a geyser begins to erupt outwards, throwing souls, water, and bits of rock from down below into the sky. Karen kind of looks and just continues to move the barge.
Oh no.
Charles, the souls are thrown back. This does not deter some of them, though. The ones that were not in direct path of this ability begin to grasp, holding on tighter, trying to keep their grip. Thalis, you said that you figured that was the signal, and now a geyser has erupted.
Yep.
There's still 2 of you.
There are still 2 of us. So I'm trying to think, obviously I want to try to pull him back in. But I was wondering if there was something that I might find on a boat that might make that a little easier. Maybe some rope to throw around it and pull it in, or something of that nature.
You may go ahead and give me a cunning roll and see if you can find anything on this. Use whatever skill you think you need to search for something that may be useful.
So actually, the reason why I was asking was because I was looking to use a MAC here, Master of the World.
Ah, I see.
So, no.
Then,
I don't know if that still requires that roll. So,
Master of the World applies complication or enhancement. So, I'll still need that roll.
Okay.
Using Master of the World, you can grant yourself up to 3 enhancement, or anything in this domain, a number of complication, or any variation of. So 1 complication, 2 enhancement, 2 complication, 1 enhancement, all 3 enhancement, all 3 complication, anything you'd like. What would you like to do?
Well, for this, I would definitely like to try and I'm thinking 1 enhancement for this one. that beating on myself to get what I need to say maybe a rope, wrap it around this and use that to get some extra leverage to pull him back in.
Understood. I do. Go ahead and make your roll. You're going to add a +1 enhancement. Majin, Gregor, Gideon, are you guys doing anything to aid in this effort aside from just knocking back souls out of the barge?
Absolutely.
You said, I'm sorry, you said it was coming and what else?
Whatever you would like to do to notice something that may be, maybe find something that may be helpful. So that's a no from Gregor, a no from Gideon, correct? Majin?
Sure.
Excellent. You may add another +1 enhancement, Thalis.
Understood. Let us see what skill would go good with that. What are some skills that might be applicable in this situation?
Athletics, looking for the boat quickly, sort of sifting around anything you might find with a quickness. I could see culture. The shipfaring life is a life and a culture all its own. You maybe find something in a traditional space that on a ship. I could see integrity. I could see survival, without a doubt.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Culture makes sense. So I'll go ahead and go with that one. I'm just going to go ahead and culture with a +2 on that for the enhancement bonus for a total of 3 successes.
3 successes. You find what looks like tucked inside that little tent where the ferryman retrieved this device, you find a little life ring, a little safety ring.
Little safety ring. Okay, yeah. Then I would like to use that to try and get Charles back onto the boat where he should be, because this may not have been the best idea, but it was entertaining.
You throw it into the river, Charles. You see, as the water kind of settles, something just plops down. It looks like those little safety rings, those rescue rings.
I'll grab it.
You grab onto it. You're able to surface if you wish.
Yeah, I need a breath at least.
Taking a deep breath, you see Charles break the surface. The rope's still attached to it, though, so you can pull him in if you'd like.
I would like to.
Charles, you're pulled back to the edge of the barge.
That was neat, guys. I'll be honest. It was really invigorating. I feel like everyone should do this. It's a really freeing experience. You would not believe the type of fish they have.
It's people. The fish are people. No.
Are you guys hoisting him out?
Yes.
Understood. Charles, are you struggling at all, or are you getting back in the boat?
I'll get back in the boat.
Excellent. As you kind of reach over, begin to climb out, you feel a warm hand touch your cheek, Charles. It kind of caresses and just drifts down back into the water.
I'll look back towards the feeling, towards the hand.
You see a woman. She is not with sunken eyes, no gaunt cheeks. She seems beautiful, lively. The gown kind of cascades in this beautiful flow, almost going against the current. She drifts back down into the water and smiles.
Hi, I'm Charles. I'll pull myself back into the boat.
You pull yourself back into the boat. There is no reply from this woman. You guys continue on your barge. Is anyone else going to make the trip into the river?
Good.
They've been good. They've been good.
I'm going to keep keep my tail wrapped up around the base of my tail that I use to tether myself.
Excellent. You guys continue on. If there's anything of note you guys wish to discuss next along the way, by all means, now's the time. You will be reaching your destination soon.
No.
I'm good.
Understood.
Only thing I could think is, with the copy of myself that fell into the river, one of the, I suppose you could call it a perk in most instances, is I know the outcome of whatever it is they experienced, so definitely not going to take a dive in that river anytime soon if I can help it.
We'll get to that very shortly. Majin, are you doing anything of note?
Okay.
No.
Understood. You guys continue on. You hear behind you, every once in a while, the water break again. Someone gasp for air and begin to call out before they are pulled back beneath the surface of the water.
Oh.
After a while, you can hear the struggle end. THALIS. Suddenly, very recent memories return to you. You remember the dead grasping onto you, tearing at your clothing, attempting to use you to ascend, find that there is nothing above. In anger, they pull you down below. Every once in a while you break the surface, you catch more air, able to breathe once more, but the dead do not release their grip. You remember a woman watching, smiling, laughing beneath the water as you are pulled down into your doom. You remember dying, THALIS. You remember dying amongst the ghosts and the spirits of the river Styx. And you remember her eyes on you, her smile as she watched the light leave your eyes. Back on the boat.
We'll cross that off.
Yeah, there's a really sweet lady in the river. I don't know what the deal was with that.
His eyes all see THALIS with a cold sweat.
You okay there, bud?
Yes. It's fine.
You wanna?
It's a good thing we got you back on the boat.
You know, I don't feel too different.
You wanna test it out?
Yeah, hey Majin, shoot my foot.
Okay, you got like a regular gun, or you want me to?
I
I've got
don't
my
care.
piece.
I'm afraid, my friends, our journey has reached its end. You can feel the barge softly hit the shores.
Can I take a selfie with you real quick?
If you must.
Yeah!
He reaches into his robes and hands you something. It's like a little piece of paper.
What is this, a disclaimer?
You look down and it's this little sticker with a skull and the symbol of the THOI. It says, I survived the river Styx.
Oh, I like it. I'm gonna put it on my shirt. Majin, get a picture of me with Chiron real quick.
All right, I'll take it.
And be like pointing at the sticker on my shirt. Make sure you send this shit to Jessica.
Yeah, well, fucking, where's my sticker?
You didn't
Wait,
go in
you
the
didn't
river.
go in the water.
Well, I was in the boat. I still survived it.
You didn't go in the
Alright,
water,
well,
imagine. You only get
I
it if you
mean-
go in the water. You're free to jump in now.
He reaches back into his robes, another sigh, and hands you a sticker, Majin.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I survived the river Styx.
That's a participation sticker. I get off the boat.
Can I use a twist of fate at this point to change what Majin's sticker says?
You didn't say what it says yet. He can do it
I did
technically.
detail what this what your sticker said, Charles. So I'm going to say, unfortunately, it's already been established.
What my sticker said.
Yes.
You didn't say that his said the same thing though. You just said another sticker.
I'll take a vote.
You did just.
I'll take a
you
vote,
did just-
gentlemen.
Let me change it.
I'm for letting him change it. You did
I
just
vote
say
yes.
another sticker. That doesn't necessarily imply.
I'm
The
staying with
same
you,
thing.
Jordan. So
All right. A twist of fate. What are you? How would you do this, Charles? What path would you invoke? And please detail this.
I would invoke my liminal path, or not my liminal. Sorry. Blech. Let's say Scion Hero Organization, and I'll say integrity.
How would that tie into this?
Well, for Majin to have a "I survived the River Styx" sticker, it would be a breach of integrity to lie about something like that. So his sticker instead says that I rode the River Styx.
It's not a matter of connecting it to this moment. It's connecting it to your past. How would your past with this role tie into you? First of all, making the role at all. Twist of Fate is just a stunt you can pull off.
Like, how would my Scion Hero Organization past
Mm-hmm.
have anything to do with this specific role?
Correct. How would that connection and how would that path have any connection with this?
Connection to handout stickers that you give to like tourists and people like that. I imagine my time spent with Scion Hero Organizations handed out a lot of stickers that said, "Hi, my name is blah 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 blah. I'm here for blah blah."
You know, every once in a while, I'll grant someone a chance and I think, okay, surely this is a chance. Let's see what they can do with it. I'm positive there's not going to be any way that there can be any connection to it, but I forget my players are master bullshitters. Make your roll, Charles.
Yes.
Oh, I
All
love it.
this to change change what a sticker says.
Absolutely. Okay, I got 4 successes.
4 successes, you may use margin of 2. You may use those 2 in total to use your Twist of Fate. Change what the wording says.
Yeah, it says, I rode the River Styx. I crossed River Styx.
Hands you a sticker, Margin. Glancing down, you can see it's different than Charles.
What the fuck? What is this?
Different crimes, different times, man.
He reaches into his robes and hands THALIS a sticker as well. Yours says, I died in the River Styx.
Yeah, I wasn't even expecting a sticker, but I'm not disappointed. Thank you.
Chim Chim, can you take the picture? Everyone get in.
Chim Chim hops over to the edge of the barge. The souls have departed. They are no longer dealing with any of this nonsense. The fear that they felt while their boat was being overtaken, they're off into the underworld. Do you guys all gather around for a picture?
I'm going to the palace.
You step off.
We're
I'll
going to
gather
face
some stickers.
in that direction and leave a blank spot for Gideon.
Understood.
We're gonna Photoshop him in later.
You can see
Yeah.
the pictures are taken. The phone is handed back to you. You can see that briefly there is like a little pictures of the ferryman. He seems a lot larger, looming over all of you. The hood cascades, and you see no imagery of a face, no sign of mortal form. Briefly along his shoulder, in the distance, you can see this little white dot. You glance away for a moment, and then one of like a tendril of shadow that leaks off of the ferryman covers that up.
Neat.
Neat.
Yeah.
Send that shit out right now.
Is there
Cool.
good reception?
Thanks, man.
maybe?
Good luck with the book.
He departs once again to make his journey. You guys catch up to Gideon. Is there anything you guys discuss along the way?
I have nothing to talk about.
So put that sticker in my pocket and keep on walking.
You guys continue on then. Majin, anything from you?
No, my daughter has something to say, but I don't.
Understood. You guys journey onward. You guys can see a line, not exactly too long, only about 7, 8 people, now joined by the few souls, totaling about 14, waiting in line outside the palace. Gideon, of course, you arrive. Unless you guys are running up to catch up to Gideon, it's entirely up to you. But in which case, Gideon, you would arrive at the end of the line first.
Are these this is the beseeching line? Is that what we're doing right now?
Indeed. You would know from past experience that on certain days, certain occasion, Hades himself first oversees the separation, the passage, and judgment into the fields of Elysium, a much darker underworld, separating the souls, as it were.
I will softly sigh and wait. Not looking to start a ruckus here.
Understood. Anyone else?
I mean, once we catch up, this is the law of the land. No reason to deny. Well, I'm inclined to wait in line.
Am I?
Well, how long is the line going to be?
Can range from, I think that sign over there says 300 minutes. And that one's at least 40 minutes away from us, if memory serves.
Where's the gift shop then?
If I recall correctly, it's you're gonna have to go that way, take a left to right, a left at that weird tree, and then once you're there, take about 75 paces, and you should see it on your left.
Fuck you, Gregor.
What? It's the first left, the first right, the first left, and the left at the tree, then 75 paces, and it's on your right.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
So y'all gonna wait in line then? Can I get to the gift shop or?
Yeah, get me a backpack, please. And
Okay.
I hand you $50. Need something to carry this urn in.
One of me will go with you. I should probably get Donnie something. That was kind of a dick move what I did before. So it was funny though. Would I do it again? Yes.
Okay.
So, you split up for a moment. We appear to have lost Charles for good, so we're going to go ahead and take another quick break. I'm going to make some adjustments, and we will be with you again as soon as possible. See you soon. We have returned
With Slim Jims.
with Slim Jims and knowledge about the song Black Betty, but that's for later. We are minus our Charles, the great storm gods, whatever pantheon he's enraged, have taken his internet from him and taken his power. So we wish him all the luck in the world. I have one of his goals in mind, so for the time being, he will be piloted by me. We return now with our heroes separated. MAJIN and THALIS, well, a THALIS, we're going to join you very quickly at the gift shop. You take yourselves walking across stone and sand, following Gregor's direction. You find yourself kind of a well-lit cavern. It looks like it's been carved out a little bit, made to look a little nicer. You can see some wall sconces up and lit with this low burning flame. It's probably the nicest part of this place. You can see along the bottom of the floor, it's no longer just stone. There are those thin rubber strips that separate segments of stone and loose sand to recreate like almost like stairs and steps. This appears to have been worked and at least somewhat refined a bit. Following this cave, you find yourself at a building made of black stone with a simple white sign atop over the doorway. It has in several languages the name of the shop. Orpheanic, odds and ends, and all.
Is this a gift shop or is this like a personal business? Okay, you first.
Okay. Gonna mosey on inside.
You do this.
Hopefully the line's not as long as the other one.
It's well lit, and there are no customers. You can see there are shirts along the side. There's backpacks. There's little stuffed animals of Cerberus.
That's adorable.
You can see snow globes that don't look like they're designed to make it look like snow. It looks like just ash is falling. You can see a number of things here. Precious gems. You know those big boxes of rocks that as a kid you would just dip your hand into and feel all the smooth stones. Plenty of those. All manner of things here. They have sandals. They have water bottles. It's very much a gift shop.
Where's the backpacks?
Left wall.
All right. Greg said we need to get him a backpack.
Okay. For the shirts, is it possible to find one that says I went to Hades and all I got was this lousy t-shirt?
Certainly.
Okay. I'd like to get one of those.
Understood.
I don't know what size he wears. Whatever. I can take a reasonable guess as to what he wears.
You can shop around if you'd like. If there's anything in particular you're looking for, by all means, let me know.
I'm just looking for cool shit. You know, get a Gregor kid's backpack. Throw in, Cerberus plush toys for Charles. Maybe I'll get one of those stones. They got any emeralds or anything?
You can find just about anything you need here. This is a well-stocked gift shop.
Diamonds.
You can find behind the counter there is the glass lit well with the sort of drop-down lights. There's a number of bits of jewelry and things like that. You can see in one corner of the section there is a little ornately carved tier of wood that kind of holds up several different rings and necklaces, and it just says Persephone Collection.
Is this like the real Persephone stuff? Or is this like a knockoff?
No one's at the counter to ask.
How am I supposed to pay for shit?
There's a little bell.
I'll ring it.
No reply.
Ring. Ring, ring.
I'm coming, God!
Who the fuck works here?
You see a young man come out of the back. He is wearing clad in black. He's wearing pants that are far too tight, made of some sort of either leather or synthetic leather. Maybe it looks very uncomfortable and very warm. He is ghostly pale. He wears sort of winged eyeliner, with eyeshadow beneath his eyes. You can see a beanie on his head, sort of forcing longer hair over his right eye. You can see a skull t-shirt, several looks like bracelets with spikes and things on them, and along with several rings of just steel, skull, and little insignias and things. It goes over the counter and says, "God, dude, what do you want?"
I'm trying to buy shit.
Whatever, man. What do you want? What is that? It?
Are these like real Persephone stuff? Like, did she make these?
I don't know.
Is this like the real shit?
I don't think so.
What's wrong, man?
I was fucking in the middle of something, man.
What was you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, why are you so aggro?
Buy something and get out, dude. God.
I feel like Thalis, like, why are you so mad?
What is this, a therapy session, dude? God.
I'm just saying, like, what is there to be mad about? Wow, what's going on?
You want to buy
Talk to
something
me.
or not?
Yeah, I mean, I got stuff I want to buy, but I'm more curious about you at the moment. What's eating at your soul, man?
Majin and or Thalis, you guys can feel free to make a cunning. Well, actually, I'll let you choose your mental attribute. But I'm gonna say this is, well, cunning makes sense. You can choose your skill. I can see empathy, integrity. This is just to see what exactly is this dude's issue.
Okay. Let me try cunning and empathy.
Culture?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You can very clearly see he's a young man. The teenage subculture is angst and all that. So yeah, by all means.
Just one for me.
Understood.
Got 4 ones in that batch, so I'm glad I got at least one success.
4 successes.
4 successes. Thalis, it's been a while since you've been a kid. You guys can both clearly see this dude is probably like 15, 16. He is Thalis with 1 success. You don't really understand what his issue was. You weren't this way when you were a kid. You know, you got along
I never really was a kid, so
yeah, you got along really
I was kind
well.
of just made as is.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't understand really what his issue is. Majin, you remember being a child, being 15, 16. There was a lot of angst, a lot of changes going on that, you know, you didn't really understand, and you kind of, maybe you took it out on the world, maybe you didn't. Maybe you internalized that rage and sort of anti-establishment mindset, but that's exactly what this kid is feeling. He is very much a 15, 16-year-old kid going through his rebellious phase and kind of dipping into the goth emo subculture. Yeah, he's being a teenage shithead.
So you're good then?
Yeah, dude, I'm fine. What are you, my
All
mom?
right. No, my name's Majin. But I just, it's
Cool.
just a little weird. Just want to make sure you're good. Because I feel like you have a lot of negativity pent up inside you, and just remember, it only lasts for so long.
Dude, whatever.
I'll pull him in for a hug.
You want get the you want to partake in this capitalist establishment or not?
Well, yeah. I haven't been here before. It'd be cool to remember. Y'all have any patches?
Yeah, fucking points over toward a little rotating, not sure what they're called, standee. That has postcards. You can see stickers. You can see patches.
Y'all got custom embroidery?
If you have to.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, just like, like a patch that says G3 in red, that'd be cool.
Sure. What color?
Black background, red lettering.
Ooh, real original. He pulls it off of the standee.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Kind of a shot in the dark here. But is there any chance that while perusing the store, that I could find maybe a hat that like with a picture of Oedipus on it that says the original motherfucker?
Go ahead, and I'm gonna ask for. I'm gonna give you full reign over this roll. What do you think you would need to find that?
Let's see.
You guys are, by the way, back up to 5 momentum with Thalis' roll of with 1 success.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see. Maybe cunning to find it. You can see that. Where's a skill? Maybe culture.
It's a stretch, but I'll take it.
I don't know. I mean, it's a gift shop. There's an amalgamation of different things there. So, I mean, if you've got something that works better, I'm all for it.
By all means.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. You find a lot of the sort of so themed gift shops usually have a section that is toddler level, about your guys' shins or maybe your knees, that have just like little toy cars, really nothing to do with the attraction at all or the establishment. There is a section like that for here, and it has like little relations to the other gods of the Theoic pantheon. You can find a little keychain with a little wine bottle representing Dionysus. You can find a little thunderbolt keychain as well. This is your best bet. You kind of sift through things. It takes you a little bit. There's no hat, unfortunately, but there is this sort of little discarded. It looks like it's in the clearance section. It has this. It's a sticker that has this dude stabbing his own eyes, in complete anguish, blood running down his face. You can see there are several of them like this that have different phrases and things on them. You find one of them that says, "It's been an Oedipus kind of day. I hate Mondays." Things like that. And kind of sift through, and you can finally find the original motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one of those. And I'll grab one of those, the little wine bottle keychains too, just because that's, yeah.
Understood. Majin, this kid has taken this patch back, and you can already hear the work being done.
Sweet. Do you got any food?
There's like, can you hear him shout from the back? And there's like gummy bears and shit.
Where at?
God, dude, look around.
All right. I'll go behind the counter looking for food. You want anything?
No.
All right. They got milk duds. I already see those at movie
Dude, I
theaters.
know we
That's
have
kinda
milk
weird.
duds.
All right.
You find a lot of the little gift shop treats: gummy bears, little gummy worms, candy, some chips.
I prefer natural sweets. You got any?
I don't care.
Good for your digestion. Papayas.
We fade away
Just stay
from
away
this
from
scene.
sugar-free gummy bears. It's not a good time.
We fade away from this scene back over to Gideon, Gregor, and Charles. As you guys get closer up and ahead of the line, you guys can see there is a sleeping large hound, probably about the size of maybe a F-150, F-250 pickup truck. 3 heads, sleeping as the souls stream in. You can see Charles immediately just eyes widen. licks his lip a little bit. I have to pet that dog.
Okay, Charles. Did you get a trade for it?
Fuck.
They sell treats at the gift shop.
All right, I'll be right back. All right, just can you hold my spot in line? Is that a thing we can do?
Yes.
Awesome. He runs over toward where MAJIN and THALIS went.
Charles, do you remember the what? He's gone.
Gideon, Gregor, your guys' scene. You guys are getting closer and closer to the palace.
I'm not paying attention to this line. I'm reflecting on things, looking at the faces we saw coming out of the river. Is anybody I knew? Anybody I've ever seen?
Difficult to tell. They were so changed.
Palace, Master of the Memory Palace. Easy enough. Easy enough then. I'm just reflecting. You know, I've never actually reflected on one time that time stopped. I should do that.
Get anything from you?
What is it? Who is processing the people at the door?
They look like they are being stopped by just what looks like an older soul. Almost like maybe one of the philosophers from the Greeks' golden age.
Okay, so not like an emissary or an agent. It's just a soul.
No one that you've heard of or known.
Okay, that's good.
You guys eventually reach the front of the line where Cerberus peeks his head up, begins to growl low as he stands. Let's see the soul that is one by one allowing them in. Says, I apologize. You appear to be still living.
We are. We seek audience with Hades, apparently.
What is your quest? He kind of flips a page on his clipboard.
Gideon?
If you knew the mercy I'm showing you by not dismembering you where you stand for getting in my way, you wouldn't ask me these questions.
Idle threats against the Lord of the Underworld.
Not him. I grab him by the throat. You. And I pin him to the wall.
Pin him to the wall, drops the clipboard, and just...
You are not the lord of this house. You are a peon, a servant.
Yet I have been granted...
I choke him.
Station in this entryway.
You've been granted nothing save an opportunity to continue existing.
You can see Gregor.
Gideon, what are you trying to accomplish here?
Gregor, you see Gideon do this, and Cerberus now looms over you, with three heads focus on you, the drool dripping down, growling, watching.
Gideon, what are you trying to accomplish here besides alienating the person you wanted to talk to?
You're pissed enough to Joe while you're at it.
Forgot you were there, Thalos. Apologies. Always forget your doubles.
He's everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
I expect 3 words from you. You shall pass. Anything else, and I rip you in twine. I drop him.
He looks over to Cerberus, looks over to you. I think you underestimate your standing here.
I rip him in half. Right there.
Let's have you make your attack then, Gideon.
Sure.
A man of his word.
I think I can. Let's see. Once per scene, I make a feat of scale to enhance any might-based action without having to pay a point of legend. We're going to go ahead and do that. I would also like to. I would also like to invoke my my title as the incarnation of annihilation. for another scale.
Hmm.
And I will call upon my epicenter to make sure that everyone hears this happen.
Understood.
So am I rolling?
Well, with your feat of scale, you require no roll. You do this. Gregor, Thalis.
Why is it always violence?
Nothing from the two of you then.
No,
I physically cannot stop him.
you metaphysically could.
Understood.
Not with ease.
So, for this time being, I need everyone to go ahead and give me an initiative roll.
God.
Initiative
Okay.
was rolled. Cerberus is not taking kindly to the destruction of the warden of the gate. Gregor, a 4, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Thalis, a 0. Gideon?
2.
2. Now, you may, of course, swap your numbers if you would so choose and like. Fun thing about Scion 2nd Edition, you may trade places with your allies.
I'm good where I am.
Gideon,
So
you
am I.
want to swap for a 0?
I'm good.
So, with that being said, first up will be Gregor.
I take the defensive action and do not attempt to look at all threatening.
Full defense?
Yep.
Understood. Easy enough. Brings us to Cerberus. Cerberus is going to attempt to snatch you up, Gideon,
Sure.
in one of their draws. So, you, of course, may make a defensive action if you so choose. Is there
I
any-
relent.
You relent. No defensive action, no offense, or rather, no defensive action on him.
Okay.
Cerberus' turn.
If I feel his teeth upon me in anything that isn't lifting, I will activate the instrument to the end.
Understood.
If he's just picking me up, it's fine.
So you are picked up by the hood itself. You can see the other two heads loom around you and begin to growl. One of them barks in your right ear, another in your left. It's a threatening maneuver. And that brings us to you, Gideon.
Bring me to your master or put me down, hound.
There, of course, is no reply. But is this an intimidation tactic, Gideon?
Oh yeah.
Then by all means, you may use presence or manipulation and whatever you feel in your skills.
How long does my might skill work? Is that just for that one action?
Depends on the ability used. So it should detail on the ability if it's for an action, for a scene.
Okay, this one's for an action. The purview is just on. So I will, upon making my demand, I will reach up, and I'm not going to put it in a headlock, but I'm a big fan of this cloak. So I am going to open his jaws a bit.
Uh,
Just just enough that it would be uncomfortable for him to continue to hold on.
So-
This will be my tactic here.
Center head that's holding you.
Yeah, I'll just reach up and just kind of.
Then same vibe applies, but the attribute will change. Might, as you give forcing Cerberus's jaw open. Still in a bit of an intimidation tactic. Go ahead and choose a skill.
Okay. With enhanced, that's 7.
7 successes. You pry his jaws open a bit. You're still the cloak is still in his mouth just a bit. You are now holding on to his teeth and jaws. You are holding yourself up of your own volition at this point. The other two heads kind of loom down over at Gregor and Thalis. Is that your turn, Gideon? Is there anything else you want to do?
No, that's it. He didn't snatch me up horribly violently, so I don't see any reason to treat him like anything else. But a good dog.
Thalis, you're up.
So more or less just standing here being non-threatening. And this would actually be a good time to bring up one of my other knacks that would apply in this situation. Specifically the one not a fighter. While I'm engaged in a fight, as long as I do not make attacks, enemies will not target me directly with their attacks. There's a little bit more for enhancement. I get an enhancement to disengage and withdrawal rules, and I have to have a partner or followers present for this to apply. So,
Understood. So, with that activated, Cerberus will not make a move to harm you directly. Gideon, Gregor, you see Thalis kind of exude an aura of relaxation, perhaps maybe not of subservience, but just a background character, if you will. No one of consequence, no need to view him as a threat. That brings us, Thalis, is that your turn?
yes, I am become the NPC.
Understood. Gregor, this brings us to you again.
Well, I'm gonna try to calm the beast, I guess. Why not? This is gonna be terrible.
Understood. Please do tell me how you do so. I can see this being. I'm gonna call this manipulation or presence.
Manipulation, probably. Leadership wouldn't be good because he's got one master, and I doubt he's going to betray his master.
I can see empathy.
Empathy can work.
Empathy, survival.
Excuse me, might not be able to assist him with this, provide a benefit.
In this initiative, no. In this round, no.
Okay.
I'm gonna do empathy. Just, whoa, calm down, beat. Calm down. Remember me? I was here before. You let me through. Everything was good. I gave you that treat. That's 10. Hey. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5 successes.
5 successes. Looming down, one of the heads of Cerberus kind of looks at you and gives a sniff. And then
That's
just
right, I'm the weird one.
picks you up gently by the scruff of your collar.
It's okay. I'm just...
Is that your turn, Gregor?
Yeah.
Understood. That brings us to Cerberus. Again, picks you up by the scruff of your collar. Turns to you, Thalis, and just kind of... and then turns and begins to walk inside the palace.
Okay. I'll can I follow behind?
Absolutely. There is no longer a...
There's nobody to stop you.
yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah. Then I will follow along.
I bring his clipboard
Oh, you were picked up.
because I can reach over 10 feet, so I'm going to grab his clipboard.
You do this.
Actually, I just, hmm. I was thinking about leaving a copy at the door for whenever Charles gets back to tell him what happened.
Understood. You may do so if you'd like.
Mm, mm. I don't know what that would, if that would be.
Let's
Because
call.
I'm not really persuading.
Let's call this dexterity, and athletics. You're gonna create a copy. It's gonna fall. So let's have see how well this thing lands and whatnot.
No successes.
What
No
would his
successes.
copy fall?
So you attempt to create a copy. Cerberus kind of he's a bit distracting. Cerberus is a dog. As such, he is built like a dog, and he's a large dog, and it doesn't look like Hades is the neutering type. So concentration breaks a bit as you follow behind. Yeah, no copy is made.
Understood. Just making sure that I'm tracking this right. Does that mean that we gained a point of momentum because I failed?
You do.
Okay.
Bringing you guys to 6, I believe, correct?
That's what I'm tracking. So, okay.
Understood. You guys are brought into the palace. We'll get to you guys very shortly. We join MAJIN and THALIS. After a while, this kid comes back out and brings you your patch, MAJIN. It's beautifully done. And in quick fashion, too.
Oh man, this is amazing. You got some skill, man.
Dude, I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, you're really good at it.
Yeah, I have hobbies, right?
Oh, okay. This is what you do with your hobbies?
Look, I don't... Thanks. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Well, I was just saying it's really good, you know. Then you could do tattoos or I don't know what but I imagine you have the artistic ability, but all right. I appreciate it.
Sure. What else is there? What else? What are you buying?
Just this stuff. Placed a backpack full of random things in there on the counter.
You guys you place all the stuff on the counter. Buying together, separate.
I'm doing it separate.
I mean, you know, it's whatever. It's up to you. Just throw it all together.
Oh, all right. Well, next round's on me.
So,
Okay.
bill comes out to $186.22
Okay.
for all of your items.
I got 50.
I can spot the rest.
Thalis, you swipe your card. He kind of looks. You can see that there's a surcharge fee by using the card machine. It's an exorbitant amount.
Of course.
He kind of looks over all your stuff and says, "Do you want a bag or are you gonna use the backpack?"
I just used the backpack. It's all good. Appreciate it, man.
Yep.
Can we just like walk through? Like just to skip the line? It was a real long line.
No, that's not how that works, dude. It's not. What?
But I mean, you wouldn't mind, right?
What are you talking about? I'm not in charge of that, dude. I run the gift shop.
Okay, yeah. Like, is there a way through past the line, or
No.
you sure?
I should have asked him to save my spot.
Dude, no.
All right, I thought you was hip or whatever, but all right.
No one uses
well,
hip anymore, old man.
Okay, well, keep seeing the beauty, man. You got skill.
Dude, get out. You see Charles burst through the door, just like, I need a treat. I need a treat for Cerberus now.
Oh, you sell treats?
God damn it. Charles kind of rushes around looking for a treat. Chim kind of clinging onto his shoulder.
I'm a just be sitting next to the counter, trying to give life lessons to the kid as Charles search for his treats.
Understood. Go ahead and give me an empathy roll, whatever you'd like in your attributes. Anything can't see much for physical, but social, mental.
Resolve?
By all means, yeah. You were a kid once. You remember those times.
And you said empathy.
Please.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes. He's a difficult kid to get open up. He lets slip that he's a Scion of Hephaestus, and sort of went into embroidery to rebel against his father. Not really working with his hands, no forge, no technology or anything building like that. He's a consumer, very anti-establishment. He's a teenage dirtbag.
I mean, that's cool. It's a lot of art.
I don't know what you want me to do, man. I'm not gonna you're not getting my life story. Like,
Oh no, that's fine. I'm just here vibing, passing the time, waiting for the dog treats. I'm gonna get the dog treats and stuff.
can see Charles set a bag on the counter. This kid gets up, pays for it. You guys are free to go about your time. If there's anything else you'd like to do here, by all means.
I got what I needed.
Excellent. You guys depart. Charles running ahead of you to go find Cerberus. You guys depart with all of your odds and ends and knickknacks.
Yeah.
Gideon, Gregor, and Thalis. It's gonna be so weird. You guys
It's gonna get weirder.
are brought before Hades. He sits on a salt throne alongside his wife. He wears gray and black garments in traditional Grecian style. He wears a single ring on his pinky with a single deep purple gem. Looks like he hasn't seen the sun for a long time. He has serious eyes and yet a soft face. Looks kind, almost. The woman sitting beside him wears lighter tones, grays and whites. She wears flowers in her hair and a necklace around her neck, alongside a single ring on her left finger. Looks to be a pink stone of some sort, thin and silver with the metalling. Her hair is loose and free and long, probably reaching down to well past the small of her back. She sits in her throne as well, beside him. Cerberus brings you before these two. What have you caught for me today, Cerberus? Gideon, Gregor, you are dropped onto the floor. Great hall you stand in, lit with sconces, the wall sconces and pillars of stone. It's finely decorated. See, along the walls there's precious metals, golds and silvers, alongside gems. Truly wealth is established in this place.
I will I'll toss my hood back. Straighten my robes and such. Lucky for me, this thing stays pristine, so there's no dog spit on it. I look up at both of them. Lord Hades, son of Cronus and Rhea, brother of Zeus and Poseidon, sovereign of the underworld, and custodian of the world of guilt, we've come seeking information.
I can sense when those I have gifted with station are truly destroyed. You come seeking information, yet you bring war to my doorstep?
I am Gideon Danger, jailer of Tartarus, scourge of Elysium and reaper of the wayward. As an agent of the Soul Eater and herald of the end, I will suffer no imposition by the spirits of the dead. That he saw fit to address me directly and pass judgment based on his gifted station is insult enough. Your gate warning be replaced, and you may take solace in the fact that I expect no compensation for my inconvenience. Now there are matters of actual import that require discussion.
Gideon Danger. I am to take solace that you expect no compensation, yet he was awarded station by my hand. Jailer of Tartarus, yet I do not know you.
Your souls do. I take no pleasure in knowing that the strands of fate leading me to your memory have yet to be twanged. But nonetheless, I am here at your door, seeking audience, and as I said, information. Now we can discuss this, or you can continue to gripe about your lost warden. I toss his clipboard.
He glances over at Persephone. Looks at him, says nothing. Returns his gaze to you. You are in my home, jailer. As such, you abide by my rules. What have you brought me for compensation for destroying one of my own?
For the pittance of the lost spirit? Nothing. But this Scion is seeking information about the spirit of his dead mother who has been abducted by Fujin. We wish to peruse your records of transfer so as to ascertain her location.
This one does not smell like divinity. To lie in the house of Hades is punishable.
Listen here. It's not my mother. You're
I was
very
talking
confused.
about Charles.
Charles isn't here.
Oh, I will say the Scion. I will say the Scion, Charles. And I am prepared to undertake the necessary burdens in exchange for this information. If you would rather continue to make this a matter of tension, we can extract it forcibly from your screaming form.
My screaming form.
After binding you to the rock of Sisyphus and using it to roll you into a pita.
Rises from his throne. Continue, please.
You can once again assign an undertaking equivalent to the value of the information that is being requested.
Gregor, you have your hand up. Are you raising your hand in character?
Yeah.
I would like you to make a roll of presence and whatever skill you need to pull attention away from Gideon.
Pull attention away. Persuasion?
By all means.
Two.
You are awarded another momentum.
Yay.
His eyes remain firmly fixed on you, Gideon says, "My screaming form. Chain me to the rock." Scions are always so bold. It's always interesting to see the variation in their hubris. But you, jailer, are at a level that I have not encountered for some time.
This is not hubris, my lord, it is purpose. We can continue to banter or we can figure this out. Time is of the essence.
Is it?
Indeed.
For scions and mortals, perhaps. But now you are in the house of gods.
I don't have to tell you how tragic it would be for the lands above and below, were certain figures to emerge from Tartarus. The threat is imminent. No, the threat is imminent, good sir.
You are well spoken. What master do you serve?
I toss my cloak aside. I am a servant to none. Ask again.
Choose your words carefully. They are a threat that leaves your lips next. Cerberus will have an early dinner.
Starts drifting away from that.
It would be a shame were his master to make it his last. The
Majin.
location
Apologies.
of the woman. Go ahead.
Majin, Thalis. More Thalis is double. You guys return to the palace gate to find it unmanned and with no line.
Where the fuck is everybody?
We can check inside. There's not really anybody here to tell us we can't go inside.
All right. Well, guess let's go in.
Alright.
Footsteps are heard, Gideon, Gregor. Hades' eyes remain fixed on you, Gideon. May continue, please.
Can I try to get Persephone's attention?
Absolutely.
Just
Same.
like, while they're having their cock measuring contest, just like, hey, so
Same roll, likely a much lower DC.
got it. Lower DC, 1 higher, 3 successes.
Excellent. You have her attention. You
Yeah,
kind of
so-
step forward, raising your hand. Her eyes fall to you.
So, he's insane. I don't know if you remember me. I was here like 3 months ago. I just need to look at your archives.
Draw nigh, Gregor DeWitt. Come closer.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Keep appropriate distance.
Closer.
Not.
Closer.
She telling me to like ascend the stairs at this point because I know in royalty that's. I do so.
Closer.
If I do so.
She draws you close. Do you follow all of her instruction?
Queen's telling me to do it, so.
You are eventually at her left side by her throne. She gestures down to you. Your friend is asking for a swift death.
My friend.
Yet you came here with him. Do you think that you will not be punished by his own insolence?
Oh, I know I will be. And that's my fault for associating with him, but I literally met him earlier today when he kidnapped me, so.
Your service and your assistance will not be forgotten, Gregor DeWitt. But you are judged here by the company you keep, and I would advise that you draw attention from him, lest you suffer my husband's wrath, or are forced to remember why I am called Dread Persephone.
All right. All right. Yes, ma'am.
See if you can nullify the situation, then we can discuss kinder things, like your archives.
All right. I'm gonna drift to the side while they're still doing their thing, and then look around, walk up, drift over to Thalias. Hey, you have Master of the World, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Do you see what I see with that drool coming from Cerberus seeping underneath our good friend's feet?
I didn't mention that I do.
I'd say that's about 2 points from me. What about you? How empowered do you think that is from you?
So I think can only add 1 on top of that because
It's a new scene, you'll need to reactivate Master of the World entirely, giving you a refresh of 3.
correct. But there is a note that says only 3 total enhancements or complications can be applied to a field at a time, regardless of how many Scions possess this ability.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well done.
We can max it out at 3.
Okay, good. Okay, in which case, at this point...
While you guys are figuring this out, feel free to use the Discord. Gideon, we're going to rewind time just a few seconds while Gregor is out speaking with Lady Persephone.
Okay.
You may continue if you so wish. Lord Hades, you have Lord Hades' attention.
I will state again, for the 3rd time, that I am prepared to undertake the necessary burdens in exchange for this information. This is no different from the pittance you paid Zeus's bastard champion when you let him drag Cerberus out of here. I'm simply asking for the same consideration.
I do remember you. Yes. Jailer, your memories. Why do they elude me? Questions for another time, I suppose, but I do remember you now.
Look, I came upon these Scions by no choice of my own. My quest has been solitary to this point. However, as fate would deem it necessary, our paths are intertwined. So I saw fit
Gideon, shut the fuck up!
to bring them here. I will choke him as well if I have to, by the way.
Shut up!
Okay,
You are not helping. I'm not...
I grabbed Gregor by the face.
You ain't helping. You are actively making this worse.
Majin, Thalis, or Thalis double. You're wandering at this time. Cerberus turns to see the newcomers.
Hey, the front gate was empty. I just walked.
Yeah, that's his fault.
You have...
What the fuck's going on?
You
He's
have... You are
making things worse.
actively making everything worse.
I'll let Gregor go. His You understand how irrelevant this all is when it comes to the thing that buckles and churns beneath your world.
Shut up, Gideon. You dig holes that you cannot climb out of.
Silence, Mr. DeWitt. Who are you newcomers?
I'm MAJIN. That's him. Pointing to, yeah. And this is Charles.
See Charles just staring at Cerberus, watching everything.
I didn't know they led like straight to like your court. Like,
Yeah, your security kind of sucks, my guy.
Again, that's kind of his fault.
So again, I saw fit to help this one ascertain the location of his mother's lost spirit, as I knew I would be seeking your audience. The dead are your purview. I spoke of the completion of the records kept here.
Perhaps my memories have not fully returned, but I do not remember you to be an altruist.
I am not. But I've also been recently informed that it is something that one might do for a friend. As I have never been in possession of friends, I saw fit to try.
You can see Charles kind of just beam over at you, just like, Majin, he said I was his friend.
yeah, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, dude, this is big. You can see Persephone rise from her throne as well. And she looks over to Hades and says, "My love, many visitors have come to see us. Perhaps it's best we divide and conquer." He just looks up to his wife on the steps. "Who would you speak with, my dear?" She kind of eyeballs all of you. "You have business with this one. I will take the rest. I would not wish to burden you, my lord." Looks up to her and says, "If it is your will and you see fit, by all means, you may take them to another chamber, my dear." You can see Cerberus kind of move behind you, Majin.
Real quick, should we like swap? Like should Charles go with Gideon and Gregor comes, or
Take them with you.
oh, is it like everybody's coming?
There is a matter that I need to discuss with the Lord Hades in private.
Oh, okay. We're separate from that. Okay.
You can see, look, Persephone kind of gives a smirk. Notably, Majin and second Thalis, first Thalis, Hades' face, even in anger, you can sense a kindness, a sort of softness to him. Persephone, the smile is hiding something. Persephone has a dark side. It's unsettling.
Who notices this?
Those of you who look up to Persephone in this moment. Especially
Oh.
Majin, you spoke and said we're separate from this. There's a smirk on her face. It's unsettling.
I mean, there's beauty in all things, you know.
She is beautiful, make no mistake.
Oh, well, you know.
She looks to you all and then whistles once. Cerberus begins to kind of herd you guys to follow along behind her.
Yeah.
Go
I'll
along.
pass
Yeah,
Gregor
100%.
the backpack as we're walking.
Thank you. Why is it full with stuff?
All the plushie was for Charles.
Oh, sorry. Those were mine. The T-shirt and the other things that I bought. Keep those in the bag.
The patch is mine.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Now I can better. Why did you give me a kid's one?
But yeah, it had like little Haiti bite marks on it and stuff. Thought it was cool.
Gideon, this is the last thing you hear as they are drawn into another hall, and you are left alone with Lord Hades.
For those to be judged, they must be stripped bare of all those things before they are tried, for they must stand before their trial dead. I take off my armor. My greaves.
He watches, never moving, the clothing uncomfortably still.
Beholding with very soul the very soul of each immediately upon his death, bereft of all his kin and having left behind on earth all that fine array, their judge must also be naked.
He takes up the clasp on his left shoulder, pulling it away. The cloth falls. You can see a figure now standing before you bare, and he has not seen the sun in some time. His body is lean, like a swimmer or a runner, and he exudes a power that is telling of his strength.
I do not need to remind you of the Theoi prophecy that however great the father will be defeated by an even greater son. It is this very prophecy by which Zeus cast Cronus into Tartarus. You are familiar?
I am.
Then you know why I'm here. The Pillars of Heaven, the brothers of Cronus, are actively seeking the adamant sickle, and they will find it, and they will usurp Cronus's power for themselves, or liberate him from the prison beneath your domicile. These are inevitabilities, my lord. But they don't have to be, because fate has no domain over me.
There are whispers, one that is made untethered. An abomination, unseen and unbound by the kindly ones. You are greatly sought, jailer.
The Theoi watchdogs that guard the sickle, hidden in the Ionian Sea, will be dispatched, bloodied and dismembered by the Pillars of Heaven. Now, I don't know if you can tell me where that island is. But again, I don't have to communicate the tragedy that will occur throughout this land, Elysium and its connected ancillaries, should Kronos break his chains.
Cronus has been bound since far beyond your time. You dictate history to me that I was once a part of.
Yes, when Zeus was grown, he engaged the daughter Metis as a colleague. She gave Cronus a drug by which he was forced to vomit forth the first stone, which was supposed to be Zeus, and the children he swallowed, including yourself. I was there, my lord.
I remember that day well. Yet I did not see you.
Because at that time I was but a wisp of hair, blowing gently in the breeze and the storm amidst Cronus's brow.
You
It wasn't
named
until
your father Cronus.
you would dare to call him my patron. I did not ask to be created.
Many of us do not. What is your purpose here, Titan?
Cronus is an obsolete relic of a dead time. Titanomachy is over. The wars brewing now are leading toward an end that could very well mean the extermination of the Theoi by dragons or creatures from beyond. And what will the Titans do? They will do what they can to ensure that the casualties on all sides are as complete as possible, and they will send scores of souls here, Scion and human alike.
And your concern is of my realm?
No, my concern is of your prisoner.
Speak plainly.
I wish to end it. I wish to end his threat, his reign.
Can only be done by a weapon of his own.
The sickle.
You seek it.
And now you know why I'm here. There can only be so many who absconded with it and stowed it off on that random island. I'm assuming that the siblings responsible for his imprisonment would be those best suited to know. I don't expect such a thing be offered freely, but I do expect you to understand that I am not a deceiver. I speak what I know. I speak of what I am and what I am to do. The end of the end, if you will.
You have challenged me in my house. You have made insult in front of my wife. You come of tale of the end. You confess to being my brother, the son of Cronus, despite your own misgivings. That is what you are. You are also Titan. Yet you claim to be speaking truth here.
You were the one that called me abomination. Did you expect anything else? Save confusion?
Do you have anyone that can stand for your character?
My character? I stand before you to be judged as one of yours. I have lived longer among the dead than I ever will amongst the living. So judge me.
It is a great sadness and a great crime for us to take one of our siblings' lives. But you submit to judgment, and it will be done. He takes a step towards you. What do you do, Gideon?
Oh, wait.
He steps towards you. He seems to grow with every step. You feel the power of the Lord of Hades, the king of this house. As he approaches, you have cut swath, mortal and Scion alike, Gideon. Very few have been a challenge. Lord Hades exudes a power that you may have not yet faced yet. He reaches, his eyes still watching, his face still kind, as he places his fingers over your eyes. And you remember. You remember your life. You remember being a thread of Cronus's mane. The atrocities of your father. You remember being shed, cast off. You remember your mentor. You remember your ally. You remember growing. You remember becoming powerful. You remember purpose. You are judged by Hades. We'll rejoin you very shortly. Gregor, MAJIN, THALIS. Both THALIS. You are all, plus Charles and Chim Chim, brought with Persephone into a separate room. Cerberus does not join you. There's a table, low seated, and several comfy chairs, along with a fire that is already burning warmly. The room is stone, along with a few books. You see some artwork. Again, the pillars are lined with gold and silver. She gestures towards the seating.
Move. We're at her house, so I'm moved to a seat, but not sit until she does. She is the queen, after all.
I don't have no politics manners. I'm a, but oh yeah, thanks, and slide the chair, make that uncomfortable screeching sound. Scoot in.
Charles sits next to you on the what looks like the leg rest, cross-legged. Chim Chim sitting on his shoulder. Thalis.
I will also wait to sit a little more familiar with the politics of it.
Wine.
Yes, please.
All right, I'd love some.
Yeah, that would be great.
She goes to the corner of the room, pulls out a crystal decanter, along with a tray of glasses, sets it on the table in front of you, and begins to pour. A deep ruby red wine. She pours herself a glass as well, and sits.
I do the wine taster routine, like I know what I'm doing.
I'm kind of twirling it in your hand a little bit.
Thank you.
lean over to Thalius. Is this important? You tell that?
Could be.
Doodle.
Might not be.
You give it a sniff, Majin. It smells like strong wine. Tastes delicious. Not as great as what Donnie has given you before. But it's very up there.
That was box wine. Fuck.
It has a sweet aftertaste, along with sort of an earthy initial flavor.
Oh, yeah. That tastes. That's good. That's some good stuff.
Thank you. I brought the grapes back myself on my last visit.
At that, I will take a sip. Just, it's not made of the underworld.
You drink. And she looks at all of you and says, "A motley crew. I sense kinship from you." She points over to you, Thalis.
Fine. Dionysus.
Say it again.
Dionysus. That's what I was saying.
You are Tengri.
Oh yeah, yeah. Majin, part of Tingri, son of the Great Khan. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you as well. That would make you a prince in some domains.
Well, I feel like there's a new Khan now. Like he's the Great Khan, but he's not the Khan. Maybe I'm not sure how. I'm still learning how everything works. So, plus there's so many princes and princesses. I don't think I'll ever have a shot.
Maybe you could start somewhere small like Ohio.
Attitude is 90% of this fight, dear Majin.
Yeah, I'm content.
That's all we can ask for in life. What brings you to my doorstep?
Is that addressing all of us or the new people?
All of you.
As I said before, just seek archives to find a lost soul.
See Charles speak up and say, "I'm looking for my mom." She looks at all of you and says, "And you brought that creature with you as well?" Is there an explanation?
He brought us with him. Well, I mean, he was like, I know a way to get there. And I was like, okay, let's go.
I actively tried not to go his way.
What? I mean, we got here. What's wrong?
There's that, but could have been a lot more civil with it.
Y'all keep acting like something happened. What you mean?
He threatened Hades.
You're right, Vic. Like, not even subtly.
Several times.
And demanded compensation, or said that he should be relieved that he did not demand compensation.
Yes.
And we are to be held accountable, no doubt.
Oh, that's why he had you by the face like that.
Because I was trying to stop him.
That's one.
Okay. Well, I apologize. Totally didn't expect that.
As I told Mr. DeWitt, here you are judged by the company you keep. Your actions are not just your own.
Mm-hmm.
So my husband is dealing with that transgressor. What am I to do with all of you? You came seeking favors and you brought a problem. You can see how this can put a damper on your request.
Indeed. And all I can offer is labor, as previously done. Would you like the same deal I had with Osiris?
Mr. DeWitt, you find yourself so quickly in people's servitude. I wonder how long you will remain a slave.
It's
Are you
kind of the
pleased with your
point of being.
shackles?
No, but it's kind of the point of my being.
It's kind of sad, Gregor. I'll be honest. That's a
Really, we just.
You can
I
see
feel like when
Charles.
we get back, we need to throw you a party.
Charles kind of looks over and says, "Yeah, man, that's really fucking depressing."
I was literally made to serve. We all know this.
yeah, but to hear you say it, that's something different. That's to hear you accept it. That's
We're gonna put you in therapy when we get home.
I've never not accepted it. In fact, you're the only one who hasn't.
Therapy when we
Well,
get
I would never accept that.
Do we need to throw you like a party or something? When is your birthday?
No, I'm literally a created Scion. I was made to serve. And I have accepted that.
Do you not have like an equivalent to it? Do orphans have birthdays? Is that insensitive to ask?
I slap him. Of course, orphan has birthdays. What kind of dumbass question is that?
Okay, well, I'm not an orphan.
I'm sorry.
Persephone kind of looks over at you guys and says, "You four are amusing to say the least. You have that going for you. Still, the question remains: what's to be done?"
As previously stated, same deal. Or, well, negotiations can always be done, but I would hope to start there. If that would please, milady.
See Charles speak up and says, "It's not really his fault, though. I mean, he said I was his friend, and he's just acting on my behalf. I don't think he's really had friends, so this is all kind of new to him. I think he's just doing what he does best."
Oh, like he only knows how to be a dick.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call it a dick. He's just kind of, it comes off real.
Dickish.
He straight up destroyed somebody.
Can
He
see
killed somebody?
Persephone
Oh,
kind of speak up.
Again?
Say he comes off abrasive.
Oh, so sorry for the language.
Again?
My lady.
You said again.
Yes, he did it once on the banks of the River Styx.
Well, he's not like necessarily dead, I guess. He said what he's living in different perspectives.
You
Right?
Turn the person into a chain, and where's the chain?
So a stolen soul.
I don't think it was stolen. It was like they made a deal.
He
They-
got consent from the soul to escape judgment.
Adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't trying to snitch, but
You'll find that the best thing to be here is forthright.
oh, I didn't know that was something that was needed to know. I just feel like we're digging a bigger hole.
Would you
you
hide
know?
information from me, Majin?
Would I hide information from you? I don't think I have any information to hide from you. But if I felt like I needed to, I would. Just speaking objectively, that's just like I'm trying to, like you said, be forthright. What they call that, where you can see through both sides.
Transparency.
Transparent. If there was something that I knew or had to accomplish which required you not to know, I would do my best for you not to know. But there is nothing that I have
information wise or other that you should know that I know and would keep from you. Though with that explanation, it's still kind of untrustworthy either way.
You see my dilemma then?
Yeah. That's where faith comes in. And I believe in you, you believe in me, and we trust each other. Or I could, prove, something to you. That works too. I'm just here trying to help out a friend. And then afterwards, there's like a big war that's going to pop off. And there's a lot of things on the checklist that I'm just here to help.
Here to help seems to be the theme of today. No one's taking blame, but they're all here to help.
I mean, I offered to take punishment if it can help them.
Gregor, whipping a man who enjoys it is masochism.
That's a king.
It's one of many.
But like I said, we could prove ourselves. Like, we're not here to cause any harm or trouble. Just maybe get a selfie or something like that, and and some information on Charles' mom. But
What makes you think we know where she is? Our archives are vast.
Oh, God damn, I'm not trying to snitch, but he was like, Hades would know. If anybody would know, Hades would know. He's the man that deals with spirits. So
It was Gideon who directed us here. We already know which underworld she is currently in.
this is more like a clarification, just to make sure.
Yes, we believe we know what underworld she's in, but double checking.
I'm uncomfortable with the amount of information you've attempted to keep from me already.
I apologize on his behalf. He's not the not the kind of person to just spew forth every fact.
I feel like I'm spewing a lot here. I don't.
There's a lot of spewing.
It's just that I don't know what you want to know. I don't. You have to be very pointed with me. I'm sorry. That's just a personality trait of mine.
You have come for access to my archives, mine and my husband's, in search of his mother. The individual who has led you to believe that we have this information is outside with my husband. What have you come to trade? What have you come to offer? Let's set aside any punishment that may be necessary. What have you come for this information?
I got this plushie that
Yes, I see that. I approved them.
My gift to you.
Oh.
No.
No.
Give me persuasion, Majin. Let's. I'm gonna give you a choice of manipulation, trying to convince Persephone to take this, or presence, just trying to be adorable here and trying to look how cute. I'm a Scion, and I got you this gift.
I'll do try manipulation. I'm acting on ignorance here. All right, that's what I'm doing.
While you make this roll, Gideon, your consciousness returns to you. Your memories are back where they belong. Now Hades stands, his mouth just a bit open. You would not pass into Elysium.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
You would not pass into Elysium.
No.
Nor would you pass into any place in my domain.
You know what must be done. And I know that you won't do it yourself. You can't.
It is
You
not
won't.
my place.
I've not come for your blessing or your effort, only your truth. I will take it upon myself to dispatch the pillars of heaven, the siblings of our mutual creator, your former jailer, your current prisoner. And all I ask is that you help me find this island and make no effort to spare the THOI wardens guarding it. And I will use it to end the threat of his inevitability.
You are asking me to betray my brothers and sisters, my nephews, my nieces, my cousins.
To save them from their uncles and their grandfather. I came to you and not Zeus for a reason. And I suspect that I don't have to re-explain the tale of how you came to be here and how your lot was chosen at random. But I believe that you and I both know that amongst the THOI there are no acts of random chance. There is no lot that would have cast Zeus into the underworld to act as warden for the grieving and the guilty. The fates conspired against you to put you here for eternity. And though you have taken on the responsibility and the mantle with honor and duty for your time, you are no less a victim to their machinations than these other poor scions.
There are many that have entered these halls in an attempt to tempt me with my rightful station.
I'm not asking you if you want Olympus or saying that you should want it. I'm saying you never had a choice. Consider that truth, Lord Hades.
Gideon, a persuasion check.
Sure.
Anything in your mental or social attributes. Majin, the result of your roll.
I'm gonna say presence and empathy.
Perfectly fine.
I got 5 successes.
5 successes. She smiles.
I would
You-
also like. Sorry, go ahead.
You paid for this.
Oh, me and
Oh.
THALIS did. Yeah.
I'll consider it a returning of wealth that was already ours. As all things, gems, precious metals, they are ours. I accept.
You mind if I get a selfie?
We'll discuss the payment with the rest of your friends. And then we can discuss a selfie. Gideon, the result of your roll.
Well, so I was actually going to use. This is a really great time for me to activate once per scene. I may roll my next skill to examine nearby vulnerabilities. I'm going to turn the entropic eye of the destroyer on my Lord Hades, and make sure that this gets right underneath his armor, right between him and his brother, because I know that he's not happy about it.
So with the entropic eye, is there anything detailing opponents of higher tier?
So all it says is I make a roll and I get to spend bank successes to ask one of the following questions and get an accurate, useful answer from the storyteller.
Okay.
So I have to make the roll, and then I can either take enhancement, ask about vulnerabilities, ask how to inflict damage, ask what his blind spot is, which I already technically know, or what here can give me an advantage. So I'm just going to make the roll.
By all means.
And I'll tell you how many successes I get.
I'll say this for future reference. Using this on gods would be difficult. I would normally call for a clash of wills, but with the argument you've made and the succinctness of your message, you've chipped away enough. He's on defense, but you can see he's on defense, if that makes sense. 2 successes.
So I will take one as an enhancement, and the other one will just be I know how dutiful Hades is, right? His essence is balance, and he understands things like inevitability, and his adherence to policy is pretty much unflappable. So if I know that a proper exchange would have to be given, the pillars of heaven are not necessarily off the board, right? The fact that they're running around free is a problem for everybody, with the exception of the Titans. So I'm not asking him to betray his brethren. I'm asking him to close a chapter that has been left open since they escaped.
Understood.
And I'll make my roll now. I'll use presence and I said empathy, right? Yeah.
Yes.
3 successes plus 1, so 4.
You know what the player knows. You can see that he's weighing things.
You are the first in my existence to call me sibling. It would seem that today has taught me a lot about others and my place in their mutual existence. Knowing that I am the end doesn't mean I have to be your end or the end to your realm. But certain chapters must be closed. And you know in your heart that I can finish what you started.
There's a reason that my brother and my siblings have punished those that kill their family. We are, all of us, Titans. By inheritance and by blood and by lineage. The realm of Tartarus being so close has taught me many things. You are indeed my sibling, as is Zeus. I will make no act against him, just as today I will make no act against you. I will not grant your request, but I will grant you access into my archives, wherein which you will find a great many deal of things. I will point you in no direction. Doing so would put my brother in harm's way. You say you are the end. Being so unbound by the kindly ones, I wonder if you may choose what end that is. You will have time in my archives. Nothing more. What you do with it is your choice.
And that question, Hades, is why I emerged from Tartarus. I have to know. To what end?
Go, Titan. Go, brother, and rejoin your friends. Let my wife know that you have my blessing to look through the archives and no more. You will have a number of hours.
I will pick up the clipboard and kind of dust it off. Hand it to him with a bit of a smirk.
With that, we will close today's session of Scion Godsend. Apologies to Onyx Path, we went a little bit overboard. Got very lost in the scenes. We thank you very much. Hope everyone enjoyed it. We'll go over short-term deeds, as again, we are about 10 minutes over time. We'll go over short terms and everything and dish out experience off screen. Is there anything to plug? Very quick.
I don't exist.
Check us out here and over on Rolling Nomads.
Excellent.
Rolling Nomads everywhere.
Everywhere.
Twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads. You can find us on Fridays, 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for our Vampire the Masquerade Sabbat Chronicle, Book of Saints. Over on Sundays, 2 hours after this at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time over on twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads. You can find us over on our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Thy Kindred Come, which is now today, as of today, reaching its first epilogue. We have closed out the story. Now we are tying up loose ends and seeing where things are headed. I hear a meeting between the Hakata and the Inner Circle is happening, so you don't want to miss that. Again, that's going to be 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time over on twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads. And of course, you can find us right here, 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Scion Godsend. But if you haven't caught up, you can find us on YouTube, where you'll find these episodes of Season 1 and the recent episodes of Season 2 once I get around to uploading those Season 2 episodes. I'm behind. Yeah, that's over on youtube.com/Rolling Nomads, where you can find a Book of Saints episodes, Scion Godsend episodes, all of our stuff, and soon to be coming to twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads is going to be David's campaign of D&D once we finish Thy Kindred Come. I'm sorry, I'm trying to ramble off this very quickly so we can get out of here. Yeah, you can find us on Twitter @_Rolling Nomads, so it's the best way to keep up to date with us and when we're going live, where we're going live, any new programming, any late starts, any cancellations that may be happening. That's the best way to keep up with us, @_Rolling Nomads on Twitter. Me, myself, and I have been your story guide through this, Gilbert Ramos. I can be found everywhere on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all the things, under the name @Ramos the Nomad. And we, again, appreciate the Onyx Path for dealing with our shit and allowing us to go over time. I am 99.9% sure we're not cutting into anyone's time, but still, I don't want to be a dick and overstay my welcome. We thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you'll join us next Sunday, where we can see this crazy shit. We're still in the underworld, but progress and possibly plot. I don't know. There's a lot going on right now. Gift shop. Right on. We thank you guys very much. We'll see you guys next Sunday, same time, same place, same science. We'll see you soon.